guy!
Do you know him?
Let him go, please, will you?
You heard she said she knows him.
Tell your admirers they should turn up sober and behave themselves. And he's wearing jeans.
Okay, Matt, I'll deal with it.
I need a drink.
They're calling for you, Julie.
Will you wait for me?
You have a boyfriend now then, eh?
Yeah.
We used to be a duo. Guy and doll. That was us.
What's up, guy? You gotta practice?
Nah. It's arthritis.
I don't believe it. Arthritis?
Yeah. Everyone thinks it only happens to pensioners. Don't say it. I had a promising career. And what do you do? Apart from live with Julie.
I don't live with her.
Jack's a private eye.
You don't look like one.
And what would you know about it?
So, what have you been doing since I last saw you?
Odd jobs. Different jobs. Last one was a porter in a hospital. Psychiatric wing. Don't say it. What a come down, eh? Private eye.
Private inquiry agent is the posh term.
Would you take a case for me?
Sorry, mate, I only take cases for money.
So? I can get money.
Right.
It's this girl in the hospital where I was working. They say she tried to kill herself. She says someone tried to kill her.
That's just what somebody in a mental hospital would say.
She trusted me. That's why I've got to find some way to help her.
What did she tell you?
She knew something. Big. Something important.
Oh, Jesus.
A reporter came to see her. He believed her. But he did nothing.
And what was his name?
She didn't say his name.
What did she say?
They sacked me when I tried to talk to her.
Who is this joker?
I told you he's an old friend. Did a season together.
Yeah, I'll bet you did.
Look, I know you're jealous, but what I did years ago is none of your concern.
I mean, he was your lover?
Oh, to hell with you. What if he was? Okay. If you must know, he was more than my lover. Much more than you'll ever know. He helped me. We helped each other. Oh, please, Jack, don't give me a heart.
I'm sorry, Julie. Look, I'll try and be nice to him, okay?
Why don't you take his case?
You're not serious, are you?
Why not? Why shouldn't it be true about this girl?
Look, the guy lost his job because he got involved with a patient, a mental patient. It's a straight case of paranoia. Look, all this about something big.
You are an arrogant bastard, aren't you? I think I might just be right.
Oh, yeah? Well, I don't, and I wouldn't touch this case.
Okay. Get lost.
Right, I will. Hello, I'd like to see Elizabeth Monk, please. I've see Miss Monk, please.
Come on now, Kathy. Back to the day room.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to see Elizabeth Monk.
Elizabeth? I'm afraid you're too late. She's just been moved to St. Aidan's yesterday.
Ah.
Your friend?
Well, friend of a friend. Guy Hardy, I expect you know him.
Guy, we miss him.
You do?
He played the piano in the common room.
Makes you wonder why they sacked him.
What's he been telling you? He wasn't sacked. He was discharged last week.
He was a patient.
He is naughty, that one.
You're right.
Why don't you tell us?
What?
That you were a patient.
Because you'd have probably wanted to stick a label on me. Him schizophrenic, him manic depressive, him paranoid.
Well, what is it?
I didn't feel right. Till I met Elizabeth, that is. As if it was meant that she should be in the hospital when I was. I understood her. Maybe she understood me. She trusted me, Julie. I can't let her down, can I? I've written this. It's about her and me. Maybe you could help me write a lyric, eh? Like we used to.
Jack, this is Mrs.
Helen Monk.
Yeah, I'm told you've been looking into something about her daughter. News to me, of course.
Yes, well, as far as I'm concerned, the case began and ended about an hour ago.
But why? On the telephone, you said you were interested in the case.
I didn't speak to you on the telephone. What is this?
I beg your pardon. A gentleman telephoned me and said his name was Jack Bartholomew.
Oh, yes. And I bet I know who.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Well, he certainly didn't come from Queensland.
I mean, you can tell the difference.
I spent a lot of time in Australia. I'm a naturalist. My work takes me to all parts of the world.
Nice.
Well, perhaps we can still be of some help.
Look, there is no case. The guy who rang you was... Well, you can't believe a word he says.
But you've been to the hospital.
She's been moved.
Then you haven't seen her?
No.
When I saw her, she hardly recognized me.
Look, I'm sure they're doing the best they can under the circumstances.
But why? What could have brought her to do this?
Look, Mrs. Monk, with the best will in the world, we are not psychiatrists.
I was never very close to Elizabeth. Not since she was a child. I never had the opportunity, you see. There was a legal battle, and I lost custody. I just want to know what kind of person my daughter was. The life she was leading before she came to this sorry state.
What about her father?
No, I'd rather he wasn't involved, if you don't mind.
All I can suggest is a simple background check.
Yes, that would be fine.
Right. Where does she live?
The address is on that letter. The hospital gave me the keys, but I haven't been there. Well, somehow it didn't seem right.
Elizabeth Monk. Yes. We spent a few months together.
It's more than just a professional relationship, Mr. Andrews.
Jason, please. Sure. She moved in with me.
Do you know she tried to kill herself?
Oh, Christ.
Any idea of why she would have done it?
I'm not really surprised, you know. Can you cut in the micro shot on that, please?
Sure. Look, I can see you're busy. I'll drop back some other time.
Sorry. Look, Elizabeth was a great kid, but she was too possessive. Suddenly, she had to be with me every minute of the day.
So what happened when you threw her out?
When we split up, she threatened to do away with herself. But it was a gesture, no more.
After she left, did you keep in touch?
I did see her once or twice, just to say hello.
New boyfriend?
She found a sugar daddy, by all accounts.
Well, who's that?
You'll have to ask her. Is there another take on that?
We'll have a look.
Someone to see you, Elizabeth. Why don't you take him to the day room for a cup of tea? She's had her medication, so she'll be a bit quiet. Aren't you, love?
Hello. I'm a friend of Guy's.
Where is he?
He's staying with a friend of mine.
Where?
Not far.
Take me, come on.
Sorry. I can't do that.
They're trying to kill me in here.
No. They're taking care of you.
Would you like to dance with me?
Pardon?
Dance! I like to dance. They don't like me to, but I do. When they're not looking, I dance all over the place. One day, I'm going to dance right out of here.
Good for you.
You have nice eyes. Can I trust you?
Yes.
They wanted to kill me. I had to get away from them.
Then?
Ask Kika, she knows all about it.
Kika?
Kika Wells, she knows it's true. Why don't you ask her?
Look, Elizabeth, let's get one thing straight.
You don't believe me. No one believes me. That's why I did it. That's why I jumped.
Tell me about it slowly.
Humpty Dumpty. Do you know the rhyme? Humpty Dumpty.
Yes.
Sing it for me. I've forgotten. Sing it for me.
Some other time, eh?
That's what Teddy called it. It was a secret, but I found out.
Okay. Humpty Dumpty. Yeah. All right. Try it.
You've got such nice eyes.
Fred, why do I have this constant feeling that I'm being followed?
Paranoia?
Yeah, you're right. It's getting to me. I'm becoming a head case myself.
Oh, I checked the cuttings libraries. Not a mention of the girl in any of the papers. What did she tell you?
Oh, a lot of mumbo-jumbo about Teddy and Humpty Dumpty and... I tell you what, can you trace someone for me? Her name's Kika Wells. Well, she's probably in show business with a name like that.
I'll have a go. It would be useful... City Investigation Bureau, Fred Hurley speaking. What? Yes, sir, I'll tell him. Congratulations. You've just had a summons.
The hospital told me you'd been to see Elizabeth. You were asking questions and upsetting her.
That's what I thought.
I don't care what you thought. You will leave my daughter alone. Do you understand?
Well, her mother hired me, sir.
So that's it. You are, of course, aware that her mother left me and the child many years ago without so much as shedding a tear.
She did tell me.
From that moment on, she's had nothing to do with my daughter's upbringing, and for that, at least, I'm extremely grateful.
But she is Elizabeth's mother.
Mother? She deserted us in favour of some botany nonsense. But I've no intention of discussing that with you, Mr. Bartholomew. You will desist from any probing or meddling or any investigation that affects the well-being of my daughter. Now, I want you to leave it there, or I shall be forced to put a court injunction into effect immediately.
There's no film in that camera, is there?
Why shouldn't there be?
Because you're not into taking pictures, are you?
I'm using Pan F, 1/60th at 2.8. Now, why don't you mind your own business?
Well, let's have a look then, shall we? Detective Constable Saunders. Will you tell the judge I'm not interested in his precious daughter anymore? Now, you keep off me or I'll thump you.
Well done. So,
Teddy doesn't want to play.
He sent Chief Whip back.
It's a bit late for that.
Says he doesn't want it anymore.
You would have thought he'd see the funny side of that one. What about this investigator chap?
Objection on Aussie time. I've got his details in the office.
Let me have them. I think we'll keep him monitored.
Mrs. Monk. I don't know why you wanted to see me, but you know I can't go on with your case, don't you?
Why not?
You didn't tell me your husband was a judge.
I didn't think that would matter.
Well, it most certainly does. He's going to put a court injunction on me if I go on with your job.
The toad. He's got no right.
He seems to think he has. And he should know
If
it.
the press are involved, how can he stop us? I had a call from this reporter asking a lot of questions about Elizabeth.
What did you say?
I referred him to you.
Miller?
Into fizzy water, are you? You, went to see Elizabeth Monk?
Yes. First she wanted to dance. Then she went on about Humpty Dumpty.
Then she did tell you something.
What? Humpty Dumpty?
Really a matter of what you're looking for.
If I chose to believe Elizabeth, I'd be looking for a friend of hers called Kicker Wells. Have you met her?
Yeah, I've met her.
Well, where can I find her?
Why should I tell you? I've got a story that's cooking very nicely at the moment.
I thought we might trade information.
But you've just told me you have nothing to trade. Or have you? Maybe there is something you'd like to tell me about the family firm, Mr. Bartholomew.
Well, Bartholomew Ravel. Well, how are they involved in this?
I didn't say they were. What exactly did Elizabeth tell you?
What about?
Humpty Dumpty. What else?
Well, she said that she'd forgotten the words and then she said it was Teddy's secret. Who's Teddy?
Ask your brother. I believe he's an old friend of his.
Can you make it quick? I haven't very much time.
I know what it's like. I rarely get time for a tea break myself these days.
I'm talking about an appointment.
I just dropped in to ask you about Humpty Dumpty.
Am I interrupting?
Oh, could you ever, little sister?
Jack was on the subject of nursery rhymes.
Just one character. A name or maybe even a code name.
Come on, Jack. Did the heat go to your head in Australia?
Look, I'm not making this up. You know a journalist called Charles Miller?
He works for the Chronicle, doesn't he?
Yes, I've crossed swords with him quite a few times. He calls himself an investigative journalist. Well, I think he's a simple muckraker.
And I said you'd give him a personal interview.
Will I, hell?
Well, why not?
Because he's got a bee in his bonnet about a contract we lost a few months ago.
We both know there's something odd about it.
Hollins and Mitchell made a better bid. If we get funny about it, we could find ourselves losing the next one.
It's your fault for fixing it up on the old boy network. I keep telling you, get a contract.
The old school tie let you down, eh?
Of course not.
Well, according to Philip, the Medcom contract was all sewn up. In the bag, Teddy Fuller as good as promised us.
Would that be Sir Edward Fuller?
Yes. He runs the Overseas Contracts Department. We use him a lot.
Didn't he go to your school?
Yes. As a matter of fact.
Splendid. I'd like to meet him.
He'd be far too busy.
He's addressing a conference at the World Trade Center tomorrow.
Well, I wouldn't mind going to that.
In what capacity?
What's up to you?
Look, Jack, you can't go there under the B-Rev Group flag.
It's all about trading packages with third world countries. About contracts. All legalese, couldn't understand a word.
Well, don't trouble yourselves. I think I know a member of the press is going to be there.
Get in, it's me, Guy. Come on, get in.
NYE 958Y.
Oh, my love, I'm going to take you away from all this.
You're late. Miller, the man you met yesterday. Take a look at his column.
Do you know anything about this drug, tetradiethylene?
Only what Mr. Miller says there. It's very dangerous and a vast quantity of it has gone missing. You see what it does, Jack?
Yeah. Yeah, I must talk to Miller again. Oh, is there any luck with Kicker Wells?
No. I've been on to Spotlight and half the agents in London. No one's ever heard of her. Maybe I'll try the local pimp.
Where is this?
I found this place a long time ago. When I was on the road with nowhere to go.
But where is it?
What does it matter where it is? They'll never find us here.
Never ever. I was at the hospital, and you came for me.
Yes. Are you hungry? I'm going to go and get us something to eat.
No. Stay with me. I feel safe when you're with me.
Okay.
I feel so happy. I want to dance. Will you take me dancing?
Yes. I'll take you dancing.
Morning, Sir Edward. Delighted to see you.
Bit brisk this morning?
Good morning.
Morning.
Do come inside. I'm sure you'll be comfortable there. Would you like a few moments before the introductions?
No, bang on.
Could I see your pass, please?
It's okay, I'm with Bartholomew Rebel.
I'm sorry, sir, it's by invitation only.
I'm sorry, I must have left mine in the office.
I'm very sorry, sir, that I cannot let you in there without an invitation.
Chris.
Thank you,
Excuse me. If you see Charles Miller in there, could you tell him I'd like a word?
Haven't you heard? He's dead. Fell under a train.
City Investigation Bureau. Fred Hurley speak. Oh, hello, Julie. No, he went off in search of a reporter called... I don't think it would be a good idea to mention the name Guy Hardy to Jack at the moment. He's where? Yeah? Yeah? Now, look, Julie, I don't think you should get involved in this. Now, listen to me, it's big league. You know, it could be dangerous. Julie? Hello. Is Sergeant McBride there?
Here they are. Hello, brother. Hello, sister. You're late.
What do you want?
I've just been explaining how I left my invitation at the office.
Really?
This gentleman will use.
So it would seem. Cheers.
Why are you suddenly so bloody keen to get into a trade meeting?
And the champagne's free, why not?
It's kind of you, Jack, thank you.
Oh, beg your pardon?
Just what are you up to, exactly?
I thought you might like to introduce me to your friend, Sir Teddy.
Not likely. I'm not having you letting the side down.
Then I'll just have to introduce myself.
The poor fellow didn't know a camshaft from a pair of knickers.
Very good.
Hello, Teddy. I'm Jack Bartholomew.
Oh, how nice.
Could I have a word with you in private?
Yes, it'd be a great pleasure, but another time, perhaps.
I don't know how you found your way in here, but watch it, or you'll find your way out again. Understood?
Hello? Guy? Hello. You must be Elizabeth. Where's Guy?
My father sent you, didn't he?
No. Guy rang me up. He's a friend of mine. He said you needed some clothes.
Yes. Guy said he would get me some clothes so that I could go dancing.
Honey, you can't go dancing just like that. You could be in danger. There are people after you, don't you remember?
It was all in my head, didn't you know? It was just in my head.
And now it is my great pleasure to have the honor of introducing to you the man who has spearheaded our great endeavor. Ladies and gentlemen, Sir Edward Fuller.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sir Winston Churchill once remarked that he was not impressed by 10,000 people who'd gathered to hear him talk, as 10 times that number would gather to see him hanged. No, it's my fervent hope that this country's exports will experience a boom far greater than anything that we've hoped for in previous years. And we see a greater way to achieve far better results than ever before. Well, it's already begun with the sale of light transport aircraft by a British company in return for commodities that could be sold upon the world market. And more recently, the exchange of medical and hospital facilities, from operating theatres to painkillers, in
In return.
What did you write on that note?
Raw materials that could be.
I just asked him if he'd like to join me for a lager.
Now, in some cases. What is this supposed to mean?
You told me.
I haven't the foggiest idea.
Then why did you invite me in here? Certainly made a difference to your attitude, didn't it, Teddy?
I'd be obliged if you wouldn't call me by that name. Now, could we please get to the point?
You already know the point. Your bodyguards are out there watching me like a hawk. See, I met a pretty girl who told me a secret. Her name was Elizabeth Monk, and she's in a psychiatric hospital.
Well, you can hardly expect me to take this matter very seriously, then, can you?
That's exactly how I felt at first. But then Charlie Miller told me the same little nursery rhyme, and now he's dead.
Yes, I heard.
He told me lots of things. Elizabeth Monk was one of your little flings, wasn't she?
That's none of your business.
Isn't it?
Are you trying to blackmail me?
Well, how much would you be prepared to pay?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, that's a pleasant surprise.
I think I see what's going on here. Your brother put you up to this, didn't he? Still sore about losing that contract, is that it?
I do believe he's a cut above that.
Then what is it that you want?
I think something stinks about that little deal of yours. And I'm going to find out exactly what it is.
Yes, I see. Well, Mr. Bartholomew, I wish you well. If you find any real evidence to substantiate your claim, you must, of course, present it to the appropriate officers, and I'm sure that the matter will be fully investigated. Good day.
Tetradiethylene is manufactured by Hollins and Mitchell Pharmaceuticals. In the trade, it has a simple initial code.
Humpty Dumpty.
Tetradiethylene is withdrawn from the market because of side effects. The Medcom contract includes a drug suspiciously like the Ifua. My guess is that Hollins and Mitchell are using this contract to dump their defective drug on the third world.
Let me out here, Fred. I'll walk the rest.
Who's paying you? Who's paying you, you bastard? Greenfield!
It's better late than never.
Who's Greenfield?
You ask my boss about that.
It all happened so fast, I scarcely had time to reflect. You see, we were trying to decide whether to offer this contract to Bartholomew Ravel or Hollins and Mitchell. Greenfield somehow managed to tip the balance in favour of his own company.
He was blackmailing you.
Well, I suppose you could put it like that, yeah.
You lot never learn, do you?
Oh, I think I'm beginning to see the error of my ways.
But what are you going to do about it?
What am I going to do? Well, this morning I handed in my letter of resignation. I'm getting out. I'm leaving the arena. I intend to devote more time to my wife and children.
And what about Elizabeth?
Hello, Edward.
Nice to see you.
Hello. Nice to see you both. Well done, Jack.
Splendid work.
What the hell are you pair on about? Come on, Jack. There's no need to be coy.
Would you excuse me? I've got one or two things I must tidy up.
Well, for once, Jack, you've really come up trumps.
Yes, Sir Edward was full of praise for you.
You should take advantage of that while you've got the chance.
He said you really pulled the wool from his eyes, as far as Hollins and Mitchell was concerned.
Oh, God, don't tell me. He's given you the contract.
Jack did what he could, Guy.
Yeah.
She'll be better off where she is. Where she can be properly cared for.
I was going down for the last time when I saw you on the shore. You threw out a line for me to cling to. You saved me in time, but then I could not save you. I was going down. I was going down. I was going down. Till you saved me.
Come on, Elizabeth. Time for the dancing.
I never thought I'd live to read my own daughter's obituary. It's an experience which leaves one with little to say. I tried to give her all the protection I could. But to what avail? She was willful, like her mother.
Did you know of her relationship with Sir Edward?
I got wind of it. She couldn't keep any secrets from me. I told her to put an end to it, but she wouldn't listen. So I confronted Teddy one night in the Athenaeum, had it out with him there and then. I told him that if he ever saw my daughter again, I'd strike him down. He said he'd no idea she was my daughter. He knew her under another name, etc., etc. The truth is, the wimp was glad to be shot of her. She'd become too much for him to handle. I curse the lot of them. All the riffraff who mauled my poor daughter around.
The jury are returning, my lord.
Yes, all right, Roland. That film lot. With their grubby little lies. They're at the root of it. Told her she'd be a star. Well, I never saw a single film she made.
Andrews!
Some you win, some you lose.